In this video, I'll be showing you how to use the energy management menu in the center display. Just one thing to note, I think I explained this in another video, but if you are not seeing the icons as they are lined out right here, you simply press this up and you can change which icon is in that last spot there. So we're going to stick with energy for now. In the energy menu, you can choose the range if you want it to tell you the range that is left based on the different drive modes, which we talked about earlier. So I can say, well, no, I want to see what is my range for conserve. And it shows you it'd be 107 miles. You cannot actually change the conserve mode to conserve mode in this screen. You'd have to do that in the drive mode menu. But it shows you the different differences in the ranges depending on what mode you are using. And you can see, like I said, in the drive mode menu, you can see it's not actually a big difference between all-purpose and conserve. And honestly, this is only going to be, you're going to have this difference if you're driving on the freeway. So again, I would try and keep it in all-purpose mode for most of the time. All right, you can open and close a charge port door, which we talked about in this another one. Session summary just brings up, hey, last time you charged 0.4 kilowatt hours, and the battery pack got all of that. There was no power that was used for the cabin or any of the accessories. Over here on the left-hand side, you can choose this option is to see how much energy you want to put in the vehicle. Let's say, hey, I only want to get up to 75%, or let's say 70%, and then I want the power to turn off. I want to stop charging the vehicle. So when I do that, and you can hear the vehicle, it's starting to pre-condition the battery because it thinks I'm going to be charging it soon. If you're charging it every day, 70% is good. You could probably go up to 80% if you really wanted to. 85% is probably fine. I ask you to not charge to 100% unless you are going on a long trip that is going to be more than 300 miles. Then go ahead and charge up to max the first time. That'll give you a few more miles of range, but it is a little bit more taxing on the battery to charge up to max multiple times in a row. So I try to not use that. It just helps with the battery health. So typically keep it in daily. You can also change the charging schedule, which unless you're using the vehicle for a long period of time, probably don't need to change. Amperage, typically keep this in the highest amperage. That will just make sure that it's pulling the most that it can. The only reason you would need to go down is if, let's say, you were plugged into a outlet on your house and you know that it was only a 35 amp outlet, and you kept blowing the fuse. So you would just turn this down to 35 or somewhere below 35, and then it would pull the desired number of amps, so you don't keep blowing your fuse there. So I'm going to put that up to 48. And I think that's about all you need to know in the energy menu.